I need your help today. Hey everyone, welcome to Keep Shooting Monday, number 106. My name is Greg Cazillo from Cazillo.com. Make sure you guys change the clocks in your cameras. Daylight savings time just started here in America. So if you are in one of those states that, except for just a couple, that do change the time in your clocks, this is the good time. This is the right time to change that, and also to reset the time. Because at least in my cameras anyway, the clocks will shift a little bit. They'll be a little bit off, and so I go back and I bring up the world time clock thing in Google, and it gives you the proper time. And so I'll reset all of my cameras and all my devices. In fact, I just did it on my recorder before I started this, just to be sure that it is all working, everything's accurate. And I did my watch, and I did my truck this morning, and all that stuff. Anyway, make sure that you are doing those all the time. Both cameras, all your other devices, but your computers should do it automatically for you. But obviously, your cameras are not going to do that. If you do have one of the GPS devices, which I'm lucky enough to have, that's how I change mine. I have one of the little Nikon GPS units. I forget the model number. I'll put it up. Anyway, that's how I set mine. I'll just attach it, turn it on, and it'll automatically update, which is pretty cool. So last week I put up a couple different videos. Obviously, Keep Shooting Monday. Make sure you're watching every single week. And I put up the next lesson in the Photo Academy series, which was about autofocus. If you have any questions about that, be sure to post those questions. It has a lot of views on it already. A lot of people are liking it and enjoying it. So make sure you view that video and let me know what you think. Last week I also posted a video about the new Epson P400, P600, P800 with my video interview with Eddie Murphy from Epson. And every time I learn something from that guy. He has so much to say, so much information about printing, about digital stuff in general. It's really cool to see that and to be able to learn something every single time from him. And Epson also released their new legacy papers, so I did a video with Jeff from Epson talking about those papers, the archival quality, and they actually gave me a sample pack, as you saw in the video, so I'm going to be testing that out. I just need to get my 3880 over here to the new space in order to test that out. And hopefully I'll be getting the P800 in the next week or two so I can test that out and get a full review of that printer out on the web for you guys to view also. The quality of the prints is really amazing on that machine. It's just kick-ass. Just some of the stuff that's coming out of there, the tones and the range. Wow, everybody loved the 3880, and it just took it one more step up, which is amazing that they can take it in that same direction. So I mentioned earlier, well, let me back up a little bit. There's hardly any news today. I went through the web out on it for 20 minutes, actually a couple times, like, man, all the stuff is like, old news or just nothing really any good. I guess it's because of Halloween and PPE's over. I don't know what it is. Anyway, the only thing that I really noticed is that Nikon has some rebates coming up for November, and I'm guessing they'll extend them into December for the holidays. So make sure that if you are going to purchase, take a look at those, see if you can get any rebates, any money back on those. Don't forget to send them in. Make sure, a lot of people will buy and then forget to send them in. Send them in. Why not? I don't understand why people don't do that. Anyway, I needed your help. So I have a little story here, and then we'll end the show. But last thing for today. I was out photographing for a friend of mine's hot air balloon company. I'm working on redoing their website and need some images for the website. And in the fall is the perfect time to do that. Anyway, I was out in the morning on Saturday morning to photograph the two balloons that they had taken off. And it was kind of a warm or a cool morning. It was like, I don't know, 30-something degrees first thing in the morning, which is the time when the balloons take off. So they headed up, took off, and they ended up flying over a local lake that's, I don't know, it's a pretty big-sized lake. It's a man-made lake. And since it's cold and the water temperature is still warm, that means it was foggy, and so there's some fog coming off the lake, which is really neat. ended up with this picture. Well, it's such a good image and I like it so much that I can't decide how to edit it. You know, I like the vertical 8x10 crop, but I also like the horizontal 8x10 crop. I definitely think it needs a crop. I don't think it works as the 2:3 image. So I definitely think it needs a crop. So I need you guys to comment and let me know whether you like the vertical crop or the horizontal crop. And then I did some other editing and kind of I just did some different stuff with like I don't know, almost like a very dull sepia kind of a tone on the one, and I left one that's kind of really cyan and really bluish. Really brought out the water and the sky really well. But I thought, maybe I don't like it. Maybe I like it as more regular or just, you know, kind of as is. I did shoot in a 5-shot bracket because of the sun and, you know, a couple other factors. It was pretty bright, so I did shoot in a bracket. So I have a range of exposures. I just picked one of the exposures that I thought was what would work well. And even in some of them, I brought that exposure slider way back over just to bring in more of that detail, and it actually worked out better in some of those. But so I have that creamy or that sepia tone one. I have the plain one. I have the cyan one, or the the real bluish one, and then the black and white. So let me know what you guys think. Whether you would change it, if you would do something different, if you would, if you didn't like it at all, tell me. I want to know. I want to know some opinions on the shot. I thought it turned out pretty cool. I almost, and by the way, this was the original one, but I almost said, you know what, maybe I'll just edit this and just make the balloon a lot bigger. And so I might still do that just for like the website, that kind of thing. But for the original image, I definitely want to leave it as is and just do just a little bit of stuff in Lightroom. I don't want to do any Photoshop. The other cool thing is when you zoom in to it, you can actually see there's a fisherman on the water way back under, right underneath the balloon, which I didn't notice the first time at all when I was shooting it. But then, you know, I looked into the image. I'm like, what's that? And I zoomed in Lightroom and like, wow, there's actually a fisherman in there. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, let me know. Comment here on YouTube. Comment wherever. Let me know. We'll take a little informal poll, and then we'll finally publish it for next week. What else did I have I want to mention? Oh, I have a couple product reviews I'm going to be working on today. I may or may not be able to get them up, and I still have 3 more videos that, one I'm definitely going to publish today. The other 2 I'm still working on from PPE that I'm going to be posting, and hopefully I can get them up this week. So keep an eye out for them. If you haven't read or haven't looked at the Photo Academy video, make sure you view that. Hopefully it'll help you with your autofocus. And I think that's it for today. If there's some news or anything you wanted to talk about, tweet it to me. Gladly tweet it back. Started doing a little bit of Periscope stuff. Not sure if I like it or not. I did figure out the whole comment versus no comment thing, why that wasn't working. I was going to try and do that a little bit more when I'm, you know, going from place to place. I don't have a ton of time when I'm doing it here in the studio, but maybe when I'm driving or I'm moving around, it's a good time to do it. So I'll try and do it then. So I think that's it. Thanks, guys. Keep shooting. See you.